was that, Ken?
Stank Dog!
There you go. What's the deal with this rig?
That's what the people want to hear.
All right, now that you've seen how the young bucks ride it, the old dog's gonna ride it in. What do you think of this bike, Zach?
The bike's awesome, dude. Everything on it is redone. New graphics.
And you're riding a 2016 YZ252 stroke, right?
Yeah,
This thing rips, huh?
absolutely.
What do they say at the Nationals when they hear one of these coming by?
Everybody.
Stank Dog! Now that I have your attention, you're all awake. It's better than coffee in the morning. Let me tell you a little bit about this bike. I know everything about this bike. Why? Because I bought it brand new for my son, who happens to be taking the video right now. It's a 2013 YZ125 two-stroke, obviously. I have all the receipts for the bike. I've got over $11,000 invested into it. How did that happen, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. Give me a couple minutes. Starting with the original cost of the bike. Come on over here, Kenny. I'll show you why I get mad when you give me a hard time about buying your lunch. The bike cost $6,273 out the door, brand new. And here's a release of lien. It took me a couple years to pay it off, but the bike is completely paid off. And all the options and extras were paid for with cash, or credit cards, more than likely. These are fantastic bikes. I have the original, not only the original bill of sale, but I have the Yamaha Tips and Practice Guide manual. Let me read you a little bit about what MXA thinks about these bikes. The YZ125 is the most important bike in modern motocross history. Not only was it a great race bike during its heyday, but there will come a time when every manufacturer, race promoter, rider, and AMA functionary will rue the day that the AMA sabotaged the 125 two-stroke and its wholly unfair four-stroke displacement and fuel rules. Why do we say that? 4 reasons. 1, the cost. Thanks to its simplicity, a YZ125 is cheaper for Yamaha to build and cheaper for an aspiring racer to maintain than a 250cc four-stroke. Weight. At under 200 pounds, a 125 two-stroke is easily managed by pubescent teenagers fresh out of the 85cc class, or old men like me who want a light bike that's easy to handle. Number 3, well, I don't know where number 3 is. They didn't give me that page. But the YZ125 makes 34.01 horsepower, which is a lot for a bike that weighs under 200 pounds. That thing screams. And once you adapt to the all or nothing riding tactics of successful 125 two-stroke racing, you understand why they used to sell 1 million off-road bikes back in the glory days of two-strokes a year. Can you imagine that? They sold 1 million bikes a year as opposed to 70,000 today. Can you imagine that? When the two-strokes ruled the roost, the manufacturers sold 1 million a year. Now it's down to 70,000. Something's wrong. Why? Why do they sell so many more? Because they're more fun than a barrel full of monkeys. The best tactic is to lock your right wrist, slap at the clutch with your left hand, and tap dance on the shifter with your left toe and disconnect your frontal lobe, just like Stank Dog does at the Nationals. This is why motocross became popular so many years ago. A 125cc two-stroke makes small tracks seem big, big tracks feel like the Bonneville Salt Flats, and mid-sized jumps seem like Supercross triples. At only 199 pounds, you don't have to wrestle with it, because if you did, you'd win. We have seen YZ125 riders beat a field full of 250 four-strokes. Heck, we've even seen them run down a pack of 450s. But even if you don't beat them, you sure as hell have fun trying. Stank Dog, I was at the South National 2 weeks ago. Stank Dog, what's his real name? Stank Dog? I don't know. Jeremy Stank. He has his own YouTube channel and everything. And did I say that right? How do you say his name?
Jared, I'm pretty sure.
Jared? Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
He is the most popular rider at the Nationals right now. He's a privateer. He got a top 20. He got a point at the Southwick National on a 125 in the sand. Every time he went by, everybody was screaming and hollering. That thing was tapped, racing against factory race bikes on a pretty much stock 125 out of the back of a van. So, ton of respect for the guy. They call him Stank Dog. Everybody loves to yell at the top of their lungs, and it's a lot of fun. So what are the best YZ125 hop-ups? Well, they're exactly what we did to this bike, and I'm reading this right out of Motocross Action. Gearing. Before you buy a pipe, port the engine, or slip on aftermarket reeds, which we did all that. get the YZ125 down, adding one tooth. So we went up one tooth on the rear sprocket, and we went with the quality Renthal chain, and this has got a brand new gold $150 Renthal chain on it. Chain sprockets are new. The exhaust pipe, take a look. It's got an FMF shorty. It sounds nasty, it barks, and it gives you a little bit more top end. The thing just rips with the shorty on there. The reeds, they suggest running a aftermarket Boyson reed valve on it. It's got an aftermarket Boyson reed valve, and it's been jetted for it. This bike, this engine is brand new. Everything in this motor is brand new. The crank is new. It was done by X Pro. It's roughly a $2,000 investment in the bike. My son rode this bike in 2013, and in 2014 I gave it to my girlfriend because my son went up to the 250s. He only rode it for one season. In 2014, right before I gave it to her, I have all the receipts for a lot of the parts. Tim Slater at X Pro is the premier two-stroke engine builder. Put a brand new crank in the bike, crank seals, put a brand new clutch in it with friction and the fiber plates. And the cylinder was sent out to Millennium Technologies and recoated by Millennium. It's a higher quality cylinder coating than the factory finish. Has a brand new piston. The top end was cleaned up. Brand new plug. Brand new Boyson rad valves. Brand new air filter. The fuel is we've only run racing fuel through this thing. You don't have to, but we run VP. We're a VP dealer here, so we ran VP racing fuel at Kaplan Cycles with the Castrol 927. Has a stock pipe. We ran aftermarket pipes. We like the way it runs better with the stock header and the FMF shorty on it, which is what it has. We also added the MSR shifter to the bike. So the motor's brand new. When we gave it to my girlfriend, this is why we're selling it. She has not ridden it once in 2 years. The bike just sat. We'd start it, run it around the house once or twice, but she has not. We thought she'd ride it, but as many guys buy bikes for their girlfriends and they don't ride them, that's the case. You come around this side of the bike, you can see when the clutch was rebuilt, the side cover was repainted and also customized with the blue Yamaha pinstriping on there. So all the best hop-ups you can do have been done. The motor's brand new. This isn't like you're buying some hammered 125 that has not been completely rebuilt. The motor's brand new on this bike. And most kids, like my son, who can't rub two nickels together and work part-time, just don't do those kind of things. Why do I do it? Well, we own a shop, and my girlfriend was riding it, and no expense was spared on this bike when it was built. I got a partial list of what was done to it. In addition to running the race fuel and the engine being completely rebuilt, it's got a brand new graphics kit on it. It's a custom STS Motorsports graphics kit. And I put the number ones on there because she was going to ride it around our 50-acre farm. As you can see, she never did. The graphics are brand new. The graphics were $225. The UFO plastic kit was $220, and it's got a brand new N-style matching seat cover, and it has brand new Renthal grips, which were glued and wired onto the bike. It also has a brand new set of Pro Circuit matching brake and clutch levers. These are the black brake and clutch levers. Tires were done. These are not the original tires. These are an upgrade to the Dunlop Geomax MX32 on the rear, and there's an MX32 on the front. The tire's got about maybe 3 or 4 hours on it, so it's not a brand new tire, but it's in mint shape. The axle adjusters are the aftermarket red. They have the much easier to adjust because you can see with the contrasting colors instead of all silver. I just love it like that. It's easy to adjust it with my old eyes. The air filter is a brand new twin air filter. It's got the brand new Boyson reed valves. Those were $175. And then the engine, complete brand new motor and clutch, about $2,000 into the motor. So we've got about, I had added it up to $10,673 that we have invested in the bike. On top, that's including the initial purchase price, which was $6,273. So it's also got some really cool doodads like the free hose, tank breather, pro taper, crossbar pad. Just a beautiful bike. All proceeds from the sale of this bike, I really didn't want to sell my girl's bike, but we're running short on the New England Motorcycle Museum, the custom graphics on here. This is being sold to help pay for the New England Motorcycle Museum restoration. So we're a 501(c) nonprofit. All proceeds are going to the museum restoration fund. If you have any questions on the bike, if you want to come take a look at the bike, I think the pictures, and you heard it run, I think it speaks for itself. I got a full pedigree on the bike. I bought it brand new, and I know the history of the bike, exactly what was done to it, and I've got almost all the receipts. So including the original receipt from the dealer. So if you have any questions on the bike, give me a call, 860-454-7024, or stop down here anytime, 6 days a week, take a look at the bike. If you want us to demo it for you, we will. Fantastic bike, and it's gonna be sold for probably less than half of what we got into it, and it's basically in brand new condition. So good luck bidding on the bike. If you have any questions, come check it out. Oh, one other thing, it also has the Works Connection radiator braces. I forgot about those. Those are the best quality radiator braces you can buy. So there's probably some other things I forgot, but you get the idea. It's a well-maintained, completely tricked out YZ125. So good luck bidding on it, and God bless.